In this video, we're going to demonstrate how to mount and operate your optional accessory, your FoxFury Taker B30 shield light. Inside the box, you should have your battery pack mounting pouch, your mounting Velcro for your light assembly, 2 wire control strips, and your lighting assembly, which is also attached to your battery pack and also your pressure switch. We're first going to start with mounting our battery pack pouch to the MOLLE webbing on the back of the shield. But first step, as always, so we can easier manipulate the mounting, is to remove the armor from the cover. I first need to decide what side of the shield I want to put my battery pack pouch on. And a good rule of thumb is to take a look at your handle. If my handle, the top Velcro webbing, opens to this side of the shield from the top, that is generally a better place to place your battery pack pouch so that the wiring can run and not be interrupted. If you have it on this side, it won't be pulling on the wire. Again, it's recommended that you use the center line to mount the battery pack pouch to, and it's your decision on how far down or how far up that you'd like to mount it. So we're just going to use your traditional weave pattern. For this demonstration, I'm just going to use the 1, 2, the 3rd slot down. There we go. Now we're going to take our light assembly and we're going to disconnect our pressure switch line and the line leading to our light. That leaves us with 3 pieces: the battery pack, the pressure switch, and the shield light. The Taker B30 light takes 4 CR123A batteries. So we're going to show you how to install those into the battery pack. On the side here, there's some retaining clips. You need to pop to open the cap. At the top of the battery pack, there'll be 2 indentations here indicating which side is the positive and which side is the negative. So we're going to install the positive up on this side, and as indicated here, positive down on that side. Then we're going to go ahead and close our cap, lock in our side tabs, and we'll come back to the battery pack in a second. Next, we're going to prepare the actual shield light to be able to be mounted to the shield. We're going to flip the mount or the light upside down. We're going to open up our Velcro pack. And we're going to have to cut these to line up with the light assembly here. So we need to do some trimming. So we're going to line this up. Take a pair of scissors. Again, we're going to get a secondary piece, obviously for the back side here, which you can just line up with your first, your original. Then it's just simply peel and stick. Now we're going to mount the pressure switch to the shield. Again, you have to remove it from the plastic and be careful when also cutting off this cover. You will need to remove the Velcro cover from the back of the pressure switch, as well as remove the Velcro cover from the back of the shield handle. This side we have the loop, this side we have the hook. We're going to place that right on top. Right there, mounting it to the handle. Now we're going to install our wire control clip. In the box you'll have two, but you only need one. This is just an extra. We want to control this wire. We want to pin it down here near the buckle out of the way so it does not become a snag hazard. Next, we're going to run the wire through the MOLLE and out towards the bottom, right here near the bottom of our battery pack pouch. You have to insert your finger and keep pushing the connector so you see it come out the bottom end right here. Just keep pulling until the excess is tight. We're going to mount the battery pack pouch, making sure that we have the on-off power button facing towards the bottom of the pouch. Now we've got our pressure switch installed, we have our battery pack installed. All the work we've been doing has been on this side of the shield. So we're going to continue the work on this side of the shield as we flip it. Again, now we're going to work here. So we're going to run those wires from the front of the shield over to the same side as the battery pack. So we're going to be operating now on this side. I'm going to use a weapon support bracket as a guide to place my light and my wiring. And as you can see, we're going to be utilizing this last piece of MOLLE here at the corners, right where these loops are located, as a point of reference. If you do not have the optional weapon support bracket kit, you can still use these loops as a point of reference on where to put your light and where to weave the wiring for the lighting system. Okay, so now I'm going to center the light on the shield, using the top of this bracket as a guide of where I want to place this light. It's Velcro applied, so we're going to press down. And then we're going to begin by running this connector through the very first piece of webbing here, all the way through to the bottom. Again, I'm through 4 rows of MOLLE just below the bracket. And now I'm going to return the wiring back up the center, right here between the bracket. Once I get to where the connector is near the bracket plate, I'm going to remove that for ease of installation. Again, running it through 4 loops of MOLLE, just as we did over here near the light. Again, if we have our bracket assembly, we can return that in place. If we don't have brackets, then we're just going to run the light off to the side through the loop. Run your connector through the loop, take in the excess, Now we're going to turn our shield over. We're going to run our wiring straight down through the outer row of MOLLE, just as we did on the. Now we need to connect our light to our battery pack. You'll notice on the battery pack, one has a hole for 6 pins and one has a hole for 4 pins. You need to match the pin set with the appropriate connector. This one has 4. I'm going to match it up with the 4. This one has 6, which lines up with 6. Now we have excess wiring here that we need to control. So I'm going to bring the wiring back up, hiding the connectors inside the MOLLE. So now we have some excess wiring up top. Just going to create a loop and push that wiring down inside the MOLLE. Same thing with the top. Just going to create a loop. You can pinch that wiring, secure that down inside the webbing. So we can minimize any excess wiring. I'm going to put the armor panel back in. Now that we have the armor plate reinstalled and we've applied our ID placard, we're going to run and make sure that the light operates properly. Again, at the bottom of the light, there is that large button that you can actually compress through the material of the pouch. You hear it clicking. So it's in the off position. I'm going to push that big button I can feel through the material into the on position. Here's our pressure switch. I press, hold, and release. We have lighting. Press and release. If we double click, the light stays on. Triple click, we're in strobe mode. Press and release, it's tactical on off. Double click, steady light. Triple click, we go into strobe mode.